Hey everybody, we just had a nice cold spell throughout much of the United States, so a lot of you may be seeing your Tpms light come on, the low pressure light. This little yellow tire with the exclamation point in the middle means there's probably, most likely, one of your tires is low. There's a lot of other reasons why it may go off, and I'm going to turn the car off while we check our tires. If you change your tires, rotate your tires, are driving on a rough or bumpy road, if you're aggressively driving for an extended period of time down winding roads, if you have your car is overweight and you have all the weight on one side of the car or over one wheel and not on the others, and a variety of other things could set the tire pressure monitoring system off without really being a problem, most likely one of your tires is low. What you have to understand is the system doesn't really measure tire pressure. It uses the wheel sensors to monitor differences in the tires as they rotate, and that's why it can sometimes go off even when your tires are the correct pressure. You may have overinflated your tires, underinflated your tires, whatever. The best thing though is when it comes off, check all your tires. I'll show you how to do that in a second, and then I'll show you how to reset the button. If everything's working right, it may just be because you were driving real hard on bumpy roads or on curvy roads. The manual even says sometimes it may go off just because you drove too slow or didn't drive far enough. So it doesn't. In 2 years of ownership, I've had it go off once and I had a low tire. I had it go off now just because we had cold spell, and that didn't lower my tire pressure enough. So basically, because I wanted to do the video, I lowered my one tire about 4 psi and went out and drove it about half a mile, and it set it off, and now I came back and I'm doing the video. So I kind of cheated to make the video, but a couple days ago somebody on the video where I showed you how to use the tire inflator kit said, hey, how do we reset the TPMS light? That would be another good video. So I decided, yeah, especially right now after the weather we just had, there's probably going to be a lot of people with the lights going off, so why not just put the whole thing together? So we're going to get out and we'll check all 4 tires, because even though none of them got low enough to set off the pressure without me doing it artificially, I know all my tires are about 2 to 3 pounds lower than where I have them set at. So I'm just going to air them all up while I'm at it. And not just this car, you should probably be checking all your cars right now, all your vehicles. My van has its tire pressure monitor going off. My Mustang has its tire pressure sensor going off because they sit outside. They were in the cold a lot longer and they lost air in their tires. So we're going to be doing this on all our vehicles right now, but here's how you do it on the 124 Spider. Okay, for some of you, you may have never seen the inside of this kit. If you haven't, it's a really good idea to get familiar with it, because we don't have spare tires on this car unless you decide to squeeze one in the trunk. If you have a flat tire on the highway, you're going to have to use this to reinflate it. But there's also a tow hook in here in case you have to get your vehicle towed. You know where the tow hook slots are. Here's what you use to screw into your vehicle so somebody can tow it. Here's the one we're looking for right now, and I might add, it has directions. This is the tire inflator kit. Right here is the tire inflator. This is the air pump. It plugs into the AC DC, or the DC outlet, and it has a little hose here to attach to your tire. Just as importantly, it has a pressure gauge. The inside is PSI, the outside is bars, or I guess kilopascals, or whatever they call it. I'm not certain, but it's bars. Where I come from, bars mean an after dinner snack food that you make. So you just plug this in. You probably can't see that. Here, let me see it. But if you don't know where it is, it's up there, kind of where the top of your toes of your left foot would be on the passenger side. And now we're going to have to turn the car into accessory mode. So I pressed the ignition button twice without pressing the clutch, and I didn't do that right. There we go. When you have the orange light, now we have power.
I don't think you can see the orange.
That's okay.
Whatever.
That's okay. So all we're going to do now is check our tires and pump them up as required. Now I know my passenger right front is going to be low. So I'm going to do this one and show you the other one, and then we'll skip showing you the other ones. It's kind of boring watching me pump tires. And you just press the on-off switch, and we're pumping air. That just took a little dab to get back where I want it. Now I'll show you on this next tire, it's low. And we are sitting at 25 pounds, way lower than that. Okay, one of the things with this, if you have a bunch of tires that are low and need a lot of pressure, you can only run it for about 10 minutes at a time before it's going to get too hot. So if you have to pump all your tires up a lot, after about 9 or 10 minutes, turn it off, let it cool down, and then you can finish airing up your tires after that. Okay, we got 2 more tires to check, and when we're done with those, we have all our tires at an equal pressure. Fiat wants you to have it at their recommended 29 psi, but we run higher than that. It doesn't seem to affect the TPMS very much, but you want all your tires at equal pressure. And as soon as I get that done, we'll turn the camera back on and I'll show you how to reset the switch, the warning light. Okay, and like if you want to see how to use the inflator system as far as to repair a flat or a low pressure tire far enough to get down the road to get a new tire, in our other video on how to use the tire inflator kit, we show you how to do that. I'm not going to bore you all with that again, but I just wanted to show you here, when you put this back together, put in your instructions, put in the pump, then put in the, what do they call this, the tire sealant, and last put in your tow hook. If you put in your tow hook first, you're going to have a devil of time getting the rest of the stuff in there, just because of the way it all fits together. So just a little hint on doing that. Okay, so we have all our tires at equal pressure. We're ready to reset the switch, and we have to turn the vehicle into on position. So we press our start button twice. You're going to see all the warning lights come on, and here's what we have to do. Go ahead and hold that. The TPMS switch is right here. To reset it, or as they call it, to initialize it, you just press and hold it. You'll see it blink twice and beep. It's reset. It's not on anymore. So you put your car into on. That means you have to press this button twice. You'll see all your warning lights come on and everything turns on except for the car. And then you press this button and hold it, and it'll beep. It'll blink twice on the dash. It'll beep, and then you're reset and you're good to go until you have low pressure again. And I might add, if you have the light on and you set your tires to the right pressure and you forget to reset it, you start driving down the road, you're like, oh man, I forgot to reset it, I'll just reset it while I'm driving. It's not going to work. It will not reset while you're driving. The car has to be parked. And so the easiest thing to do is just have the motor off, just put it into on position, press the button, hold it, and it'll reset. But if you try to do it while you're driving, it's not going to work. So there you go. Hopefully that helps some of you out. Remember, it doesn't really tell you you have a low pressure. It tells you that one of your tires is acting a little bit differently than the others based on the wheel sensors. So most likely it's because there's a tire low, but there's a variety of other driving conditions that can cause it. So if you check your tires and they're all good pressure, that doesn't mean it was faulty. There's just some other things that cause it to go off. In that case, reset it, good to go. Have a good day.